Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera here, co-founder of MDC Trading Academy, with today's pre-market forecast for Wednesday, March the 11th. Let's quickly jump to our news items for the day. Today, Wednesday the 11th, we have 9 p.m. Our Treasury Secretary Mnuchin is speaking today. 9:30, we have crude oil inventories. This probably is going to be a very effective report here based on the fact that we're having that issue between Russia, Saudi Arabia, and also the crash in the oil market. So we'll see how that affects us. What do we have on the docket for today? Apparently, more of the same, my friends, more of the same, with huge volatility, incredible volumes, market swinging wildly from place to place. Our ATR is currently over 109. I don't think I've ever seen it that high ever before. Our average volume is over 2.9, almost 3 million, and a huge bars. Remember on Monday, on Friday, we had the huge drop. On Monday we had the huge drop. Yesterday we recovered practically most of the loss of the day. Right now we're finding ourselves in an inside day between the minimum, the high, the swing high and swing low. Volume is a bit high. More of the same, friends. These types of markets, first you need to adapt to it. You stop thinking about the whys and the why, how we got here and where we are. What we have here is a market that's just completely tanking right now. It broke this flag here, broke lower. It's teetering around the 61% retracement from this run, right from the original run recovery right back here in December of 2018. It's teetering right around there. Any break to this level here is going to be another panic, and the market could potentially move lower. So that's what we have to trade. Now, if you've had a hard time trading this the last several days and you haven't found a reason why, then it's better for you to stay out of this type of market, because it's a it's a really good market to make money, but it's a very easy market to lose a lot of money as well, because there's a lot of unpredictability in this market. And what's happening is, one of the things that you can depend on in this market is the fact that it's unpredictable. So one of the things that we're advising our traders is stick to one trade. Look for one trade, one repeating pattern that you can consistently see happening over and over again, and get your best entry. And if you can get that trade in there with minimum risk, with a huge reward, you can take as many of those as you can throughout the day, as long as you stay within your maximum risk tolerance. You have to have a maximum risk tolerance based in your account. If you don't have that, this market is going to trounce you. You should have that all the time, but particularly in markets like this. Let's look a little deeper into see what's happening in the internals of this market. And as you can see, it's just compression after compression to the downside, compression to compression after the downside. You see all these lines to the downside. These are all compressions to the downside that break to the lower. Compressions to the downside continue. Here we are again. Compression to the downside. We attempted to break through. Right now, we're being held within this particular compression here. This high-low compression here, this downtrend, trend line, this uptrend line, market is being held within it. That's what you keep getting all the time. So you just continual attempts to the upside, find tops, immediately the market starts to cruise to the downside in a very interesting way. Now, we have some really key levels at this point. This is a key level here of price as resistance. This is a key level of support here. This is where the activity has been happening today. This is where, for the last several days actually, this is where we've been. We've been pretty much right around this since the 8th. This is where we've been pretty much hanging around with it. Everything is happening within this context. What mid to long-term traders are looking for is a clean break. A clean break. Obviously, if we break below this level, all hell's going to break loose. You're going to start seeing volumes go back to the 4 or 5 million. Things are really going to get ugly with huge swings. What most analysts are expecting is only eventually retest of this area, then slowly start climbing back, clawing back, eventually start moving a little higher. There is no technical reason, obviously, for the market to do what it's doing. There wasn't any. There is no economic reasons in the United States for this to happen to our markets. This is just a perfect storm of coronavirus, and obviously, finally, to put the nail in the coffin, the issue between Russia and Saudi Arabia. So that's what we're having. But the fundamentals of the U.S. economy are very strong. Now, that's what it is right now. What effect is coronavirus going to have on our economy, whether it's short term or long term? We don't know the effects of it yet, but I think that we should be okay based on the fact that we have a good record of a strong economy. So we'll go from there. Let's look at another one of our charts. Again, there's a compression. No matter what you do, you cannot get away from these compressions. Now we have an inside day here today. We're between the minimum and the high of yesterday. But there's your compressions again. Market breaking compression. All of a sudden it's stuck here in this particular support level and it's attempting to break through there. We'll see what happens. Remember, if it wants to break through, it does have a lot of room down here to the intraday low. So keep your eyes open for that. Let's look at our trade chart here. The trade chart is right about, let's get it over here. Right here. Oh, can't get to my trade chart. Anyway, we kind of looked at our trade chart here before. It's this chart right here. And that's what we're looking at right here. We're looking for a breakout of this level to the upside or market coming back to retest here and continuing lower. That's what we're looking at as a market. But like I said to you, pick the one trade that you have developed throughout this particular session of trading this last several days, a trade that really makes sense to you, that everything lines up correctly for you, and take that trade. Everything else, try to avoid the noise. Take care. Have a great trading session. Let me know if you have any questions.